Milo Mouse stood at the edge of the sunny forest. He stared at a wobbly leaf bridge that stretched over a sparkling stream. The leaves shook whenever the wind blew, and Milo's paws felt cold. Sparky the squirrel zipped past him, tail flashing, carrying a shiny brown acorn. Hopper Hedgehog waddled over from the bushes, his small eyes curious. "You look worried," Sparky said, tilting his head. Milo's whiskers twitched, but he said nothing. The sun warmed the ground. Yet Milo's heart felt heavy. He kept his eyes fixed on the bridge, wondering if he could ever cross it. Milo Mouse pointed at the bridge over the sparkling stream. "It's so high," he whispered, his voice barely louder than the rustling leaves. The leaf edges swayed and the water below glimmered in the sunlight. Milo's tail curled close to his body. Hopper Hedgehog nodded slowly, his spine shifting as he moved. "We can help you," he said with a steady smile. Sparky stood beside them, watching the leaves bob in the breeze. The stream's quiet splash seemed to invite them forward. But Milo stayed rooted to the spot. Sparky the squirrel darted onto the first leaf, bouncing gently as it dipped under his weight. "See, it holds," he called, his voice bright and quick. Milo Mouse took one careful step forward, his tiny claws gripping the stem. But the leaf wobbled, and Milo quickly stepped back to the safety of the forest floor. His tail twitched nervously, and his ears flattened. Hopper Hedgehog watched without speaking, waiting for Milo to try again. The stream below sparkled, as if cheering them on. Hopper Hedgehog stepped beside Milo Mouse. "Let's practice on that low log first," he suggested. The log lay across a shallow puddle, covered in soft moss. Milo looked at it and felt a little braver. They walked together to the log. Sparky hopped ahead, his tail flicking. Milo climbed up with care, his paws sinking into the moss. The puddle below rippled when a breeze passed, but it was low and safe. Milo's whiskers twitched as he balanced. "Balance your paws," Sparky the squirrel said, running across the log in a flash. His steps were light and quick. Milo Mouse followed slowly, each paw placed with care. His whiskers trembled, and his eyes stayed fixed on the end. Hopper Hedgehog clapped his paws when Milo reached the far side. "You did it," Hopper said warmly. Milo's ears lifted a little. The log felt sturdy, and the puddle below looked harmless. This practice made him feel a tiny spark of hope. Each morning, they met near the stream. Sparky the squirrel set up tiny leaf steps on the ground, arranging them in a row. Milo Mouse walked across them, lifting his paws high and setting them down gently. Hopper Hedgehog stood nearby, cheering loudly at each step. "Good work," he called. Milo's tail swayed as he moved. The leaves did not wobble much, but the practice made him think about the bigger bridge. The forest around them stayed bright and welcoming. One day, Sparky the squirrel challenged Milo Mouse. "Try the little bridge," he said, pointing with his acorn. Milo's ears flicked as he looked at the first leaf. Now, he stepped onto it, feeling it shake beneath his paws. The stem bent a little under his weight. Milo gripped the stem tight and took a deep breath. Hopper Hedgehog watched closely, ready to help if needed. The wind pushed at the leaves, making them sway more. Milo Mouse's paws tightened their grip on the stem. His heart thumped fast in his chest. Hopper Hedgehog stood close to the bridge. "I'm right here if you need me," he said. Milo nodded, ears angled forward. He took another step, the leaf dipping slightly. The stream's soft splash reached his ears, steady and calm. Halfway across, a leaf tilted sharply. Milo Mouse squeaked and jumped back to the starting side. His heart raced and his whiskers quivered. Sparky the Squirrel grinned from his spot on the bank. "That was a good try," he said. Hopper Hedgehog nodded in agreement. Milo breathed slowly, feeling both nervous and proud. The bridge still seemed high, but now he knew he could step onto it. They practiced again the next day. The sun shone over the forest, and the stream glimmered brightly. Milo Mouse crossed 3 leaves before stopping, his paws steady. Hopper Hedgehog pointed toward the sparkling water. "Think of it as a game," he said. Milo's eyes narrowed in thought. Sparky stood nearby, tail twitching. The idea of a game made the bridge seem less scary. Sparky the Squirrel tossed an acorn onto the far side of the bridge. It rolled to a stop near the last leaf. "Your prize waits," he teased. Milo Mouse laughed, his ears lifting high. He stepped forward, eyes locked on the acorn. The leaf wobbled, but he held his balance. Hopper Hedgehog clapped, the sound echoing softly over the stream. The leaves wobbled under Milo Mouse's paws. He kept moving, remembering Hopper Hedgehog's steady voice from their practices. Each step felt stronger than the last. He reached the 4th leaf before stopping. His tail swayed behind him, and his whiskers brushed the air. The acorn still waited ahead. Sparky stood on the far bank, grinning at Milo's progress. Rain fell one morning, making the bridge slick. Water dripped from each leaf into the stream below. Sparky the Squirrel zipped back and forth, showing balance despite the wet surface. Milo Mouse tried to follow, but his paws slipped. He landed on his belly with a splash and giggled. Hopper Hedgehog chuckled, watching Milo push himself back up. Hopper Hedgehog helped Milo Mouse stand. "No harm done," he said, brushing water from his spines. Milo shook his fur, sending drops flying. They decided to wait for the sun and try again later. As they walked back to the clearing, Milo felt a spark of determination. The bridge had beaten him today, but he wanted to win tomorrow. With clear skies, Milo Mouse stepped onto the bridge. The leaves felt dry and firm under his paws. Sparky the Squirrel ran ahead calling, "Follow me!" Hopper Hedgehog clapped from behind, his voice carrying over the stream. Milo's ears lifted at the sound. He took another step, tail flicking. The forest seemed to watch quietly. The leaves swayed, but Milo Mouse's paws felt steady. He moved faster, each step landing with care. The stream's gentle splash rose from below, a soft rhythm to his crossing. His tail flicked with excitement. Sparky the Squirrel cheered from the far side. Hopper Hedgehog's claps kept Milo's courage high as he moved forward. Halfway across, Milo Mouse looked back at Hopper Hedgehog. "I think I can make it," he said, voice firm. Hopper's smile widened. Sparky the Squirrel waved from the other side, tail swishing. The leaves dipped under Milo's paws, but he kept his balance. His heart raced in a good way now. Milo Mouse took a deep breath and dashed forward. The leaves bounced under his paws and the stem shook. His ears angled back against the wind. His heart pounded like drum beats in his chest. The stream below flashed silver as he crossed. Sparky's voice shouted encouragement over the splashing water. Milo Mouse leapt onto the last leaf. then onto the bank. His paws landed on solid ground. Sparky the squirrel cheered, waving his acorn high. Hopper Hedgehog shouted, "You did it!" Milo's whiskers twitched with joy. The bridge swayed gently behind him, but he no longer feared it. Milo Mouse grinned wide, feeling proud. The sparkling stream shimmered behind him like a ribbon of light. "It wasn't so scary after all," he said. Sparky the squirrel patted his shoulder. Hopper Hedgehog nodded, his smile warm. The sunny forest seemed even brighter now that Milo had crossed. They crossed the bridge together again and again. Sparky the squirrel carried Hopper Hedgehog's pinecone basket across, tail high. Milo Mouse laughed at their playful races. The leaves bounced under their paws, but no one worried. The stream's splash was part of their fun now, not a warning. The sunny forest felt brighter to Milo Mouse now. He looked at the bridge and saw adventure, not fear. Sparky the squirrel tossed him another acorn. Milo caught it with both paws, smiling. Hopper Hedgehog watched with pride as the stream sparkled below. Milo Mouse held the acorn high. "With friends, I can do anything," he said. Sparky the squirrel and Hopper Hedgehog smiled at him. The stream glittered in the sunlight, and the bridge swayed gently in the breeze. Milo felt ready for any challenge ahead.